explain just how crazy it's getting.
I'll save your words because we've got StardusT and Mystearica now losers semis. Another Sonic Bayo matchup, but you know it's a different Bayo. It's not the same Bayo that StardusT played against earlier in Cells. You know, we saw those fair strings, and fair strings aren't something that Cells usually uses in his repertoire. But the opposite can be said. Cells uses a lot of those ladder combo strings, and Myst will pull them out occasionally, but they're not a main force or impact up.
I'm interested to see if Cells tries to push the offstage game farther, because that's what Cells showed in the Snoop or missed the off game stage. Because Cells struggled. He honestly didn't edgeguard Sonic once, or he did it once. The one game he took was with an edgeguard. So I'd love to see Myst apply that and push it farther than Cells ever did, because that's really gonna how the difference in the match. StardusT showing an amazing presence on stage, so try and punish him where he might not be as strong.
We might, he had to have been watching that match just in case Cells did lose, because, you know, you could still see the matchup, see how the matchup plays out against StardusT as he's playing through.
Yeah.
Although trying to go for the ladder combo there couldn't quite follow through up in it. And again, it's the good DI coming in from StardusT. He's just so good at being able to avoid those kind of combos. We'll see if Mystearica is able to get some of those fair string combos, push Sonic off to the side.
You don't see it as much in the floaty matchups, but it is a possibility. The fast forwardness is really what makes those fair strings strong, but Sonic just struggles. I think Nair is really going to be the killer, if anything, off stage, just because it's going to push him far enough out. But we can talk about off stage all we want. StardusT's chilling. This man is maintaining that stage control, fighting the good fight, and really just neutraling it out right now with Mystearica.
StardusT just says, you got to come to me. And once that ground is closed by Mystearica, StardusT just capitalizes or dashes in on his own. Back air is going to take first stock.
This man is showing a presence of mind that I think is... I haven't seen a Sonic in this area do something like this in a while. I mean, he knows his character so well.
Yeah. And you know, Sonic, you know, he's not necessarily top tier, but he can still be strong in the right hands. Myst. Say goodbye to Sonic. And we're right back at one stock apiece, and 14% is nothing for Bayo. We're basically even here. And it's just so, you know, this is going to be very tricky to watch out for. And I love what StardusT is doing. He's not playing off to the side. He's not letting Myst get those fair strings. Even if he's not that much of a fast faller, more of a floaty character, he's still doing a great job of not letting Myst play to his own strengths. And that's something that StardusT has been able to capitalize on here the last few times we've seen him. He minimizes the opponent's strengths and starts to play towards their weaknesses. But Myst doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses in his gameplay.
No, clean player altogether. And I mean, both players are showing it. They're like, all right, well, since you're so good at your character, I'm just going to stay here and not try to approach you because that's scary. I mean, I'm going to earn what I have and keep what I have. And this percent lead that StardusT has is all he needs. Why approach Bayo? That seems like a terrible idea. And he's on the same path as me, I believe.
Oh, yeah. StardusT can play the waiting game. You know, try to time out and make Myst come to him.
But I mean, the percent is coming close to even. I mean, he really has to watch out for Myst. But as I say that, StardusT getting just enough percent to keep the lead a little bigger, enough to be comfortable. A string or two from Myst, Will putting it right back though.
Yeah, and that's you know, as StardusT, that's a little bit scary. Just knowing that one little string, couple of hits, brings the game back even and makes things scary. And again, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing StardusT say, you got to come to me. I'm not going to come to you unless you're
another bear air dodge read. Another. Twice with I think that was the exact same setup. Honestly.
It was. StardusT takes game one against Myst.
Like, there never felt like there was a moment where I was like, oh, StardusT is dead. Like, it was a clear, calm neutral that is what's going to keep Sonic in the game. That's what he needs.
Absolutely. Going back to game two, we're going back to Smashville. You know, we talked about this before. Smashville, just pretty much a standard stage for anybody, quite honestly. Oh, a little bit scary there. StardusT has got to be careful. Can't let himself stay off the stage too much.
Yeah, losing your jump off stage of Sonic and then getting pressured off by Bayo would be terrible. But I mean, I keep saying it, but Stardust has never been hit by it, so obviously he knows what I'm talking about because he's defending himself well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Now, again, Stardust continuing to take.
The only thing I'm seeing out of Mist right now that's really been a big flaw, and the big difference is the air dodge. The air dodge is after every hit stun situation. Like, Stardust is literally just sitting there, will hit, miss, wait, air dodge, punish again. So, hopefully that is recognized, because right now, I mean, Stardust not giving a whole lot of chances, and Mist is getting hit harder and harder every time.
Yeah, Mist is he's got to reach deep into his bag of tricks to try to take this, and I mean, all Stardust has to do is continue to play the game that he's been playing. Make Mystearica approach him, and play the neutral very well. Play the spacing game. Just make Mystearica approach. Say, you got to come to me if you want to do anything. And the only time that we've seen Stardust approach, these dash grabs are just so deadly, and it's so scary to try to play against.
This is honestly an extremely clean Sonic. I'm trying to find ways for Mist to get in. I mean, even myself, I mean, I'm not in there for a reason, man. I can't figure it out right now. Stardust really showing up.
Oh, wow!
Mist figures it out. Finds that one big moment and just capitalizes beautifully.
And immediately takes the first stock just basically out of nowhere. And that's what Mist needs to get himself back and to get himself into this matchup. Get a game on the board.
I mean, oh my God, Nair killing out the top there on another air dodge read. I need to see a different change out of disadvantage from Mist. Because this is, I mean, like, even though that early stock came, if you're going to keep making the same mistakes, obviously he has something figured out. Hopefully Mist can figure it out too.
Yeah, Stardust is starting to read Mist's book. It almost is taking the co-author, the co-author name on it. He's just playing at Mist like a fiddle so far. Mystearica's got to find a way to change up his game, like we've been saying, and especially like you said, the air dodge. Maybe just SDI differently. Don't let yourself get in to that position where you air dodge. And maybe you can start to turn things back around.
Yeah, I want to see Mist throwing out some nairs out of hit stun, maybe even just trying to punish that horizontal / like below approach that Stardust has been using this whole time. But I mean, it's hard to say that when Stardust has a lead and is playing this confident game.
And Mist has to be careful of these dash grabs that Stardust is doing. And again, that's about the only time that Stardust.
Oh, but no, wait,
this time it's gonna kill. Is it gonna kill? It is. Oh my God! And just as soon as we say you need to change something up, Mist rewrites the book.
After getting punished for a really bad habit.
Yeah.
He turned that completely 180.
All right, now we're going to Town and City. So not much change. 3 platforms instead of 1, but it's practically the same stage. And these guys are feeling comfortable on this stage. So on this type of stage. So don't need to change anything up. I think Mist needs to change up the way that he's reading these dash grabs. Don't let himself get dash grabs. Try to do something to punish it and make sure that Stardust can't continue to do it and can't continue to follow up on it.
Mist's acceptance of the fact that Stardust has a lead and is going to maintain the lead is beautiful. Like, most people in this situation, when Stardust is playing this, like, campy game, this positioning game, this game of, I'm going to wait for you to make mistakes, most people would make those mistakes. Mist isn't. Like, Stardust, even with all his ability to stand there and all this lead he's getting, the percent he's earning is off of read and neutral, which is insane. It's insane that both these players are playing at this high of a level and representing these characters as well as they are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right there we just saw, again, the neutral aid, the jab combos.
Oh, going towards the top and not quite working out. Great SDI. And then the charge on the read on the aggressive forward air from Mist.
But Mist climbing right back up, and just these two guys.
A complete change of pace in the match.
Yeah, and they're reading each other so well. Mist knowing that Stardust is trying to play that campy game, and so he's trying to play around it and trying to yes, he is trying to go in and even though that's what Stardust wants, but it's a different style of approach. He's not just coming straight at him. He's moving around. He's making Stardust work for every attack he gets. Stardust is not quite going to kill.
A small little 1% lead for Stardust. I mean, he's going to maintain it and stay center stage, but any bullet art or anything really will lead to a switch in the chase. Then it's a booty
punish.
Spin dash coming through clutch.
Oh, punishes that up smash. Oh, that's so scary. And I like the play there. Put that plunger down right on the platform. Mist really can't dodge it that quickly. I mean, he didn't really capitalize, didn't really follow through on it, but it's kind of fun to see. And changing up their styles and not staying you're not staying too readable and making sure that their opponents are working for this instead of just following through. And again, the up smash missing, getting a little bit punished on it. You know, that's a little bit of a scary thing. The back air's not quite going to kill.
I'm loving this edge guard sequence. They're really pushing it farther than I think Cells did. And I really think that's something that we need to be paying attention to, but it's just not quite working out every time. It's so close. And StardusT at high percents now can die to just about anything. So we're going to see him try and play a really, really safe game, like an extra safe. So wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more stage, staying on the other side of the stage, a lot more spin dashing. Just keeping calm. Using those springs to safely edge guard Bayo, which isn't a thing most characters can do. So
no. And we're seeing now taking the aggression, knowing that, okay, he's going to have a huge percent lead if he loses his stock. Use that rage. You know, start whittling away. Give yourself a better position. You know, in case you do end up losing your stock, you're going to be in a much better position to try to take the game.
Yo! Air dodge read for an early kill on Town City.
Doesn't even need to let himself wait. He just straight up takes the game. Yeah, we are going back to Smashville. So these guys, you know, again, feeling comfortable on this stage, not really trying to play the counter stage pick. I mean, you got to think though, it's a fairly even stage, but trying to go to something like maybe a Lilat or a Battlefield is going to work out for both of them even better than the standard neutral Smashville.
Oh, wow. Double jump bearing just calling out shield drops there. I mean,
yeah, we're
spacing in aerials has been optimal the whole time. Yeah. So
and
can't just be dropping your shield like that.
Mystearica's trying to find a different way in. He's trying to find that back door. It's just going to be so tough when StardusT is playing so well and reading very well. I mean, this man is just, as soon as Mist tries to rewrite the page in the book, he's
almost got
back
the
on
right.
it.
He's been trying for that for the last couple sets.
Oh, now Mist trying to go for the ladder combos, just can't land it. StardusT with the good SDI coming out of it. You got to think, you know, StardusT feeling good after playing Cells. Cells using those ladder combos. His SDI out of those combos were really strong. Was able to keep himself in the matchups.
Yeah, he's not quite. I mean, he hasn't got off the top too much other than a wish time up there. Like he's been super good about earning his way through his stocks and living long enough. He just triple empty hop.
Yeah,
this man just triple empty hop.
I mean,
he's waiting for Miss Shields drop.
No respect coming in from StardusT. A little bit of respect, but just you know this man is just playing so well in this set, so well in this tournament. Nothing against Mist either. Mystearica's been playing very well himself.
I mean, it's apparent they're both in this match right now. Mist, even with a small lead right now. I mean, this game 4. Mist needs this. It's set point.
Yeah,
it's time to step it up.
Yeah, and we saw again. We're seeing a different Mist. That Fox matchup, he played a lot of the fair strings and shoving everybody off the side. He knows he can't really do that in this matchup. Trying to go for that climbing combo again, but the SDI too good from StardusT.
Oh, reaching out for that bear again, trying to catch an early stock of Mist on the edge. Not committing to anything crazy. Doesn't want to get witch time like he has in the past. Really just not trying to fish, but look for those hits. He needs them. I mean, he's down a percent. It's apparent that he needs these hits. But Mist is saying not today.
The B combos, just not going to be able to land. And that's actually something I do want to see some more of out of Mist. We've only seen one witch time out of him this entire set.
Another bear. And yet again, the spacing. Mist chilling.
Yeah.
Trying to get that. Just waiting.
That's the Mist. It's the Mist special right
there.
With
it, rock.
There we go. Another witch time.
That will be a stop.
As soon as it's said, picks right back up on it, and that's something that we didn't see out of Cells at all. No witch times against this Sonic. That's only the second witch time in 4 games now that we've seen Mist pull out. and it's something that we've seen all 3 times that it's come out. It's been able to pick up the kill, and it's been able to do work.
But at the same time, Mist has been getting punished for witch times like that just aren't on the mark. StardusT has been mixing up his aerial timings and his way that he approaches every single time. So, I mean, Mist is having to make these crazy calls of witch time to even get hits. This man's mix-ups are deep, and Mist is trying to get deep too. It's like Inception. Each one's going deeper and deeper inside the dream, but who can figure it out?
See, now we're seeing Mist play around that platform, diving down, jumping back up, trying to play the fair, the nair, doing what he can, and maybe see if he can't bait StardusT into coming up to him.
I think it's interesting that Mist is camping StardusT, but StardusT has the lead.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like StardusT wants to approach, but Mist just not letting.
Well, and that's, StardusT doesn't necessarily have to approach at this point. Now Mist has the lead. Now Mist can continue to camp and make StardusT come to him.
Mist has to have practiced this Smash Bros strategy. He's completely camping these platforms and abusing the fact that Sonic has to jump and give himself up to an option.
Yeah, and getting, but that was a good punish from StardusT on the lane of the
witch
witch
time
time.
on the Smash Bros
Is he
platform.
gonna follow up? Is he gonna be able to?
That might be
He gets
it.
the nice
Finish.
jump to continue
Not
the
quite,
combo, but
still
it's not
too
gonna
low
kill.
% to kill.
Oh, but
Like I said, that velocity really matters.
oh, now he might
Not
be
gonna
able to
finish.
continue
Not gonna
up.
finish.
No, but that's so.
The
That one is
getting racked
so
up
close.
really fast as well. It's the first time we've seen Mist with a strong lead this whole set.
Yeah, and that is something that Mist desperately needed. That confidence to get that lead and continue those combos. Spot dodges away from the grab. Now trying to climb back up again.
That'll do it.
That's
not
that's
quite.
not quite going to kill the SDI
Sonic holding
again.
on for dear life.
So good from StardusT.
Oh, grab. High percents.
No,
Not
he
really
can't.
going to do much. Bayonetta only sitting at 47.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic has to work for it here to really find
Oh,
an
yeah.
early kill like this.
Watch the time though. Watch the time. We're down to 45 seconds. All Mist has to do is just not.
Oh my God, that almost connected. StardusT
Oh.
went deep for that. Really fishing for a kill because he knows it's going to be
There.
close to the end.
That's it.
Down tilt up, they're going to finish it.
Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. Mystearica and StardusT, and oh man, this has been such a good.
Call each other out, and that's why these games are going so long.
And this is you got to think this is also going to weigh on them. JJ Rockets and Darkshad, they're going to be feeling a little bit fresher, and especially after an extended set like this, where your mental game is really being pushed to its limits. You're being pushed. You're being pushed so hard in this set, and immediately you're going to have to follow up after this. You can't be thinking. You can't be thinking about JJ right now. You got to be thinking about this set right here. But it's so mentally taxing. This game is going to be so huge. Obviously, moving on to losers finals if you win this. But it's such a struggle. It's such a mental matchup for these guys. StardusT taking a good lead, getting himself ahead.
I think it is interesting to see StardusT go back to Smash Bros. After Mist clearly taking a plan to Smash Bros. Platform camp him. So
Yeah.
obviously he's confident in that. He's like, you can do that. I'm still gonna show you what I can do.
Yeah, and that's such an interesting choice that StardusT decides he wants to go back to Smash Bros. To keep that steady platform. When Mist platform camp that entire the second half of that last game. And we're seeing it here again at the start. Just platform camping, even though he doesn't have the lead, he's making StardusT try to come to him.
I actually think this is a little interesting, and maybe I don't know what the mentality behind it is. I think Mist is hoping StardusT approaches, but StardusT recognizing this is Game 5. This is my tournament life. I am not approaching you, Bayonetta. You can stay up there all you like.
Yeah, and especially now that he's got this decent lead, he doesn't care if Bayo's going to camp the entire time. He's got the % lead, and all he has to do is just land a decent nair back air, and he can take that first stock, and then all of a sudden now he's forcing Mystearica to approach him when he has like no damage done to him yet.
Yeah, if I'm StardusT in my head, I'm thinking, well, I'm only gonna die to Witch Time, so why would I even throw out moves at this point? He has a 69% lead, and it's slowly dwindling down over time. But for now, it's really just showing. And he's still going up there with those upbeat reads. But what if he gets Witch Time? I feel like he's playing this aggressively, but I mean, it's working out in the end.
Yeah, it's so crazy that the loser is, or not the loser, but the one who does not have the lead is camping, and it's so just one good solid shot coming in from StardusT, is gonna end up taking the stock. He can't follow through on that just yet. Nice little spin dash. Can't land the up air either.
This stock lead, if it's taken, is a huge deal. Camping with a stock lead is a lot more beneficial than it is when you're still working in the percent game. So Mystearica really needs to hold on for dear life here if he wants to keep a bracket run alive.
Yeah, we're seeing Mist throw out those nairs. It's shooting off those bullets, which is why we're seeing StardusT shield when he throws that out, not taking that. It's only 1% damage, but it's starting to whittle away over time.
It's gonna matter.
Every little percent is gonna matter, especially if StardusT can or Mist can land any kind of combo, any kind of kill. But
I mean, if I'm StardusT right now, like I maintain this gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's hard to understand, but like watching him just the way he's positioning himself with his shield dashes and stuff, it's impressive. It's hard to do this.
Yeah, and I mean we almost
back to Mike kill.
No, it's not gonna kill
no
just
rage,
yet.
No rage.
No rage, and a good SDI as well. I mean, you know Mist is SDIing in as much as he can because you got to think he's looking for that back throw.
Yeah.
Getting himself trying to go to the back. StardusT wants to get himself in, but again, having to give up a jump and give up position up on that platform, so difficult for him. But every time that Mist has come down, StardusT has continued to put on the damage and continue to be aggressive, and that's why we see him with this 100% lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, finally StardusT is showing that he is able to camp. He's able to play this matchup. He, as a person, you can tell he just wants to go in this little heart.
Oh, there we
gets
go.
The bear in the end.
And with a minute 45 left, Mist
whole
has
stock lead.
a whole stock lead. Mist has to now approach, and this is so crazy because now this is StardusT's game. You have to come to StardusT. And we've seen what happens when when Mist has to approach StardusT. StardusT can take the lead easily.
I'm very interested to see what Mist's adaptations are now that the platform's gone. Like, you're not going to be able to camp platform.
Yeah.
That's not in your game plan. You only have a minute left to take a stock and rack up at least 24% on this Sonic. What is your game plan? What's your ability to get in? How do you push your neutral to the farthest it can go? Because right now it's make it or break it. Yeah. And it's looking broken.
This is where Mist has to capitalize, and he has to immediately turn on this. He's got less than a minute left, like you said, to try to get that stock and get at least 25% damage. And that's going to be so tough for Mist when StardusT isn't letting him approach at this point. He's saying, okay, now you have to approach. I'm not going to let you. I'm just going to move right around you. I'm going to spin dash. I'm going to make you come to me. And if you try to, I'm not going to give you any kind of hitbox to hit me. I'm just going to dash right into you.
I'm not trying to be a hater or really think this is it, but man, these 30 seconds are looking real grueling. I think this has to reach super deep down if this is even going to be a possibility. And if it is going to happen, it's going to have to happen now. Really, 20 seconds left.
Yeah, and this is so scary for Mystearica. StardusT doesn't really even care, but Mist tries to go for that combo. I think Mist, land it.
Yeah, Mist.
Yeah, he knows it's over. 11 seconds left there on the timer.
I respect the option. At that point in time, that's going to be it.
Yeah,
Mist, I mean, Joey throwing it down in the chat that Mist kind of did it to himself. I agree. I think he camped that platform, and he knew he was down. He was down percent.